And if you clicked on this link, it means that for the second equation, for the red table, you weren't quite sure how we got that equation based on the table. And so we're going to go through it. So looking at 0, it helps to start with 0. And I'll tell you that for a general statement, it helps to start with 0. Because the only way to get from 0 to 1, it kind of narrows our field a little bit. There's only one way to get from 0 to 1, and that's by adding 1. And so by looking at when x is 0 and what y is, I can figure out, it's a horrible arrow, but I can figure out what kind of adding needs to happen. So from 0 to 1, the only way is to do plus 1. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 1 here. This isn't always perfect, but it works very well. I'm going to look at 1. So I know I have to do plus 1. That's a given. I have to do plus 1. But 1 plus 1 is not 5. 1 plus 1 is 2. However, I can ask that question again. And I asked it earlier, but I'm going to ask that question, how can I get, or what number would have to be in that white spot plus 1 to give us 5? Some number plus 1 gives us 5. Well, 4 plus 1 gives us 5. So I know that I need to somehow get this number here, there we go, I need to somehow get 1 to become a 4. Because then it would be 4 plus 1, which is 5, and that works. So without adding or subtracting, the only way to change a 1 into a 4 is to do times 4. 1 times 4 would give us 4, plus 1 would give us 5. So if I take my x value, any of these x values, and do times 4 plus 1, I'll get my y value. Let's try with the negative 1 here. So if x was negative 1, 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3. Perfect. That's what I want my y value to be. You can check it for the top one too. If x was 2, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1, 9. Perfect. So my equation then, y equals 4x plus 1.